The internet started off being harsh, but things took a serious turn when a doctor confirmed what many had feared all along. The whispers, the rumors, the constant online chatter about her son's health. It wasn't just baseless hate. It was genuine concern. And now that concern has a medical diagnosis behind it. From standing firm to defend her child to eventually breaking down in tears. This is what unfolded after hearing the doctor's verdict. We're unpacking everything that led to this emotional moment. As much as Chrisean tried to dismiss it all as just noise from the internet, the truth had always been simmering just beneath the surface. But before we get to the moment of her breaking down, let's take it back because this didn't all happen out of the blue. This story has been months in the making. Fans had been picking up on subtle cues, asking tough questions, and wondering whether Chrisean was ready to acknowledge what might be going on. It all began when Chrisean Rock introduced her baby boy, Chrisean Jr., to the world. Through her social media, she proudly shared the joy of new motherhood. At first, fans were thrilled to catch a glimpse of this new chapter in her life.
She posted clips of herself holding him, feeding him, and soaking in the quiet, tender moments of the newborn phase. But soon, people began noticing that something didn't quite feel right. In the videos Chrisean shared, viewers pointed out that the baby appeared unusually still. Many observed that he wasn't moving his arms or legs much, mostly just lying there without responding much to touch or sound. Others remarked on his eyes, saying they seemed unfocused or that he wasn't following movement the way babies his age typically do. Then, there was the sound of his cry. Some noted that it seemed unusually high-pitched and strained, a sound some experienced parents recognized as a potential indicator of neurological concerns. Comments started pouring in on Chrisean's posts. One user wrote, "Not trying to be mean, but my daughter showed similar signs and she ended up needing therapy." Another chimed in, "This isn't hate, it's genuine concern. I've raised 3 kids. Something feels off, and the sooner she confronts it, the better it'll be for her baby." As time went on, the comments only intensified. Each new clip of Chrisean Jr. sparked more speculation. While some fans urged others not to jump to conclusions, suggesting maybe the camera just caught an off moment, many felt the signs were too apparent to ignore. In the beginning, Chrisean dismissed the backlash, brushing off the criticism as just more hate from the internet.
But the comments didn't stop, they kept stacking up. Just like the mounting evidence, Ian wasn't having any of it. Every time someone raised questions about her baby's health, she fired back on Instagram Live and in her stories, passionately defending herself. She slammed people for tearing apart her child and accused them of being fixated on negativity. "There's nothing wrong with my baby," she insisted more than once, standing her ground amid the flood of online speculation. She even revealed that doctors had examined her baby and told her everything looked normal. According to Saya, there were no warning signs, no medical concerns that needed attention. She cited his weight, his steady growth, and the love surrounding him as clear proof that people were inventing problems that didn't exist. But to Saya, the criticism wasn't just rude, it felt deeply personal. She expressed strong frustration at strangers attempting to diagnose her child from behind their screens. She felt like she was under attack. Not only was her son's health being questioned, but so was her capability as a mother. From her perspective, this wasn't genuine concern, it felt like judgment.
For a while, she didn't budge. She brushed off the comments, deleted certain posts, and kept refusing to even consider that something might be wrong. But then came the moment that changed everything. A viral video that pushed even medical professionals to chime in. In the clip, Chan was lying still in her arms, and once again, viewers pointed out that he showed very little movement or reaction. That video exploded across the internet. And this time, it wasn't only random followers commenting. Actual doctors began responding publicly. A pediatric specialist uploaded a reaction video, explaining that while they couldn't offer an official diagnosis via social media, what they saw did raise valid concerns. They noted potential signs of developmental delays, highlighting observations like low muscle tone, absent reflexes, and limited eye contact. Some even brought up features they associated with fetal alcohol syndrome, pointing to facial structure, poor coordination, and other neurological indicators. Several other professionals echoed these concerns, breaking down symptoms they noticed, from stiffness or floppiness in the limbs to that distinct, high-pitched cry that had kept popping up in comment sections. These doctors emphasized how critical early intervention can be when developmental issues are suspected and urged Tran to seek a comprehensive medical evaluation for her son. Once those videos hit the internet, the conversation shifted. It no longer felt like just fan speculation, it marked a real turning point.
The conversation took a turn from simple gossip to genuine concern, even among people who had previously stood up for Chrisean. Now, even they were quietly beginning to wonder if maybe the doctors had a point. And just as Chrisean was already feeling the pressure, Blueface's mother jumped into the mix, making things even messier. When Carissa, Blueface's mom, finally met her grandson in person, she didn't hold back. Her reaction was raw and emotional, and honestly, it caught a lot of people by surprise. She admitted she felt deeply heartbroken when she saw the baby, saying she couldn't even tell if he was looking at her, cooing, or just staring blankly into space. For Carissa, that moment seemed to confirm what so many people online had been suspecting, that something really was wrong. And she didn't hesitate to say who she thought was to blame. Carissa directly pointed to Zen's behavior during her pregnancy, citing her drinking and smoking as major factors. She made it clear that, in her eyes, the things Zen did while carrying the baby had contributed to his current condition. Now, despite the fact that Carissa and Zen haven't always had the smoothest relationship, Carissa insisted that her concern was rooted in love for her grandson.
But her delivery wasn't exactly soft. Some saw her comments as tough love, meant to shake Chrisean into facing reality. Others felt she was just adding fuel to the fire, piling on more criticism when Chrisean was already drowning in it. Regardless of intention, Carissa's remarks brought another wave of drama to an already chaotic situation, and pushed the conversation online to an even louder volume. By this point, the frustration from fans and followers was becoming more and more evident. Many felt like Chrisean wasn't taking things seriously enough. They were upset that she hadn't sought professional help for her son sooner, especially with so many apparent signs of developmental delays. And it wasn't just random people on the internet voicing this. Accusations started circulating that Chrisean was keeping her baby in the spotlight simply to maintain a link to Blueface, rather than prioritizing her son's well-being. That narrative gained traction quickly, especially after her former friend Janet stepped forward. Janet alleged that Chrisean was stuck in denial about her son's condition, and that denial was holding her back from getting the support he needed. Fans weren't just upset about the baby's health. They were angry at the idea that crucial time was slipping away. Many emphasized that early intervention can be vital for children with developmental struggles, and waiting too long, brushing things off, or ignoring the warning signs could do real harm.
Those were choices that could carry long-term consequences, and people didn't hold back expressing their frustration across every platform Tryan was using. Then, Chrissy made a subtle but powerful decision. She stopped sharing her son on social media. For someone who had been so open about her life online, the shift was immediately noticeable. All of a sudden, the baby wasn't appearing in Instagram stories or TikToks anymore. Many fans saw this as a promising sign maybe Chrissy was finally stepping back, choosing to parent privately, and possibly seeking the help her son needed without the constant pressure of being watched by the internet. For a brief moment, it looked like things might finally be moving in a more positive, healthy direction. The criticism eased up a bit. People started assuming she was making moves behind the scenes, focusing on her son's development instead of trying to keep up appearances online. It felt like maybe, just maybe, she was finally listening. But that hope didn't last very long, because when Chrisean made an appearance at a recent church event, all the questions came flooding back. And this time, they were louder than ever. Observers pointed out that the same behavioral and developmental concerns surrounding the baby were still on full display. Just like that, the conversation was reignited, only now with more intensity and urgency than before. So what do you think? Is Chan finally ready to face the truth? Or are we going to watch things spiral even more before they improve? Drop your thoughts in the comments, hit that like button, and subscribe for the latest updates on this unfolding story.